Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not quite ready yet, but it will start at 10 o'clock.
Sure. I always just like to hop on early, just, tech stuff.
Oh, no, I appreciate that. It seems like everything's working. Carlos is here. Good morning. How are you? You're early, actually. Sorry, Jed. Morning.
And I have to give your company brownie points for somebody worked very hard on your Moxi website for your brokerage site. It is beautiful.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's going on my list of, I have a list of impressive agent sites,
Websites,
brokerage sites,
okay.
team sites. So you are getting added to my list.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, it took some effort, but I can't say I was directly involved, but
Well, and especially because it's like everything that I preach to people, especially like you have your cities and different searches and whatnot. And yeah,
it simplifies it for anyone that's going to the website.
yeah. And I mean, this is your digital billboard. If people don't think they're being Googled, sadly mistaken.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that compliment.
Absolutely.
Once everybody else is logged on, if you wouldn't mind repeating that, I would appreciate it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't think I'm hearing it.
She can hear us.
Yeah, she's able to hear us.
Now I got it.
Okay, all right. So we're so quiet leading up to the crescendo here at the beginning of the presentation. I think this overcast weather is keeping people at home. Or they don't think this is terribly critical in regards to their success. So it's one of the two. Yeah, I would agree. Plus, this is a benefit provided to everybody, right? You don't have to pay for a CRM.
Yeah.
I don't know what the price range for CRMs are today, but still it's probably 50 to $100, $150 a month.
Outrageous.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's one of the many fees that people are paying just to engage in this industry.
Oh, that's a little
Good
nugget
morning,
that I
Rhett.
talk about too.
It just so happens to be called Engage.
It's just
Moxi Engage.
Moxi Engage, exactly. Not sure where the word Moxi came from, but Ryan, did you see that email I sent out yesterday in regards to lending for non-QM products like that client of yours? Much more competitive than that other financing we provided. So I thought it might be of interest to you.
Thanks.
Yeah, plus the 30-year amortization. Because I think, isn't that client in the position they're going to have to refinance at some point in time if they don't sell the property? Yeah, so I was just talking to Roy about, we see, and actually it was in the newspaper over the weekend, the Orange County Register, there are more and more condominium projects which are deemed to be non-warrantable, meaning you cannot get a traditional conventional loan because of various aspects, in many cases associated with the insurance or the fact that Fannie Mae doesn't believe that the complex has sufficient insurance, or a lot of other times the reserves may be underfunded. So that tends to bring the value down on condos that aren't Fannie Mae approved or Freddie Mac approved. And that means you can't get a traditional loan. So that's very important. And it's probably important when you're showing people property for any type of condominium that you look up the status of the property to see if it is Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac approved. And the other aspect, the negative aspect for homeowners, if it's not Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac approved, then it's likely that the value is going to be lower. So it's distressing for anybody, as a matter of fact, if they're trying to sell their home. Or if you're taking listings, you should look that up. And if you need help with that, let us know. But you should be aware whether or not it is Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac approved and considered to be non-wardable or not. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. So today's discussion is in regards to Moxi Engage, our customer relationship management system. Moxi Engage is a program designed to manage all interactions between you and both current and potential customers. Its primary objective is straightforward: enhance relationships to drive business growth. CRM technology facilitates maintaining strong customer connections, streamlines processes, and boosts profitability. Joining us today to discuss the benefits and usage of Moxi Engage, a complimentary CRM provided by Coldwell Banker, is Colleen Norns, Senior Director of Growth and Implementation for Coldwell Banker Real Estate LLC. Good morning, Colleen.
Good morning. Good morning. So you throw me for a loop because I thought we were talking about present and impress.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Moxi Engage.
But well, and so I'll touch on Engage a little bit. Like Engage is the best of all products. So
I thought it's anyway, sorry about that.
That's part two.
no, I'm sorry. Well, and it really is. So thank you everybody for joining us. Let's see. I see some people have turned their cameras on. I feel like everyone else, are you wearing your Hello Kitty onesie in your recliner? So thank you for joining me, everybody. He already introduced me. I just want to let you know that, I have been licensed since 2003. I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was the top producing agent for Coldwell Banker United for many, many years. And then I ended up evolving into the managing brokerage role. And so ran a very successful office and then came into the corporate affiliate side. And my title basically means I'm very passionate about our products and getting you, the agents, engaged with them and, helping companies across the country just get a little more, poking their toes into the products, utilizing these products. I will tell you, I am jealous. I am jealous because, when I was selling, I was spending thousands of dollars on products. And my last full year of real estate, my assistant kept a spreadsheet on everything. I spent $45,000 just on products and marketing. And had I had the Moxi suite of products, I could have spent, a fraction of that. And I want you to think of Moxi Works like almost like Microsoft Office. So how, Microsoft you've got Outlook, you've got Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote. That's kind of like the Moxi umbrella. They have Moxi Present, which is all the amazing presentations. You've got a listing presentation, a buyer tour, buyer presentations, property reviews, and then what they call the non-listing. I wish they would scratch that. I have campaigned for them to call that the creative, presentation, because you can really do anything with it. And then you have Impress, which if technology scares you in any way, you're not, times are moving fast and you're not great with technology, or if you're one of the top agents, you are busy, you don't have time to, create marketing and whatnot. Impress is your answer. It's like having your own little marketing minion in your back pocket. And then you have Moxi Engage, which is your CRM. And I can't stress enough how important it is to, have all of your peeps in one central location and to stay in contact with them. And, I talk to agents and owners across the board, across the country. And if I could give one piece of advice to agents, if everybody would just pick up the phone and call the people that you'd be rolling in the dough. And there's many, many facets of Engage. And then there's also Moxi websites. That is your digital billboard. That is what, people are Googling you and looking at your website. So, and I have to give kudos to your company because I have a Word doc and it shows um, outstanding, impressive websites, and I have them for agents, for agent teams, and then for brokerages. And I am definitely going to add your company to my sheet because whoever designed it, they did a wonderful job. They are maximizing all that Moxie has to offer. So if you haven't had a chance, actually, you know what? I'm going to put it in the chat. Let's see. Let me copy this because you guys really, all the things that are on the company website, you can have on your own website, on your own Moxie website. So I'm going to put that in the chat just in case you haven't looked at it recently. So let me share my screen. And really today I want to show you the magic of Moxie, the capabilities of it, what you can do, what I would be doing if I were still, listing homes. And I was a heavy listing agent. I leaned towards, listings, but I never put all my eggs in one basket. So I could have, I listed a lot of bougie, I had a lot of Panther players, a lot of different football players, NASCAR, but then I would have a double wide on a piece of, dirt out in Clover, and everything in between. So, all right, let me get my screen shared here. And if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat or just holler it out. Okay. Just let me know that you can see my screen okay.
Not yet.
Let me move some windows around here. You still can't see it?
No.
All right. Let me stop sharing and share again. Oh, somebody said they could see it. Okay, how about now?
I see it.
Okay, perfect. So, and here's the beautiful site for your brokerage. I love it. I love, you go to our cities. It has the, auto. You can search for in this area, different questions. This is lifestyle information. Remember that, here's all the homes that are for sale in that area. You always want to be providing something of value. That's the biggie. So with Moxie Present, again, these are the presentations, and I created some. And some of them have some of your agents' content in there, which I just had a ball. Some of it you'll see from Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where I'm at. But this is a listing presentation. And I will tell you, typically, I know a lot of agents in this area, I did the same thing. It could be more of a two-step process. So this is something that I would probably email them ahead of time, would not have the actual CMA, the comps, and everything in there because I want to be sitting in front of them, looking over that. This is something I'd email ahead of time, but I put everything in here. This is the whole enchilada because I wanted you to see everything that was. And let me refresh my screen because I've had these tabs open for a while. Now, you can have anything on that cover page. Now, would I ever have a 49-page listing presentation? No. But I want you to see all that is in there. This is combining stuff that I've created that you too can create, as well as all what I call the fluff, all of the content that the brand has created for you to use. You can pick and choose whatever you want in this presentation. It's very easy just to delete pages and so on. There's your profile page, which is kind of like your digital resume. So that's that. And then and this is something that I always did. I used to use BombBomb. Now this is just literally me using my, my iPhone. Always make sure that, if you're putting something on YouTube, you want to fill the frame. So make sure that you do it landscape if you're videotaping. Obviously, if it's for Insta or for some reels, you would do it this way. And something that, full disclosure, I am notorious for having squirrel moments, like, oh, squirrel, or oh, bright shiny object. So just warning you. So the video, this is for, I'm going to play this. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I'm Colleen Nornis, and just wanted to send you a little bit of information prior to our appointment next Tuesday at 2 p.m. I'm super excited to tour your home. I've sold a ton of homes in Piper Glen, and I look forward to getting yours on the market. If you scroll down in this presentation, you'll see just a little bit of what I offer above and beyond what a global company like Coldwell Banker offers. So thanks so much. I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Bye-bye. So just a quick, short message to, maybe you don't know them. It's just, to put a face to a name, make them feel more comfortable. Love, love, love. You have several agents in your office that have done amazing YouTube videos. I can't stress enough the power of YouTube. If there is one thing to add to your honey-do list for 2025, it's to create a YouTube channel. Video content is king. And, Google, #1 search engine. Well, YouTube is owned by Google. That's the #2 search engine. People want to see videos. And so I encourage you to, and I have, after this, I'll do a follow-up email and I'll send you, I paid to do Katie Lance is somebody that I've followed for years. And I took her master class for creating I think it was creating your YouTube channel and whatnot and what kind of content to put on there. And I'll share that with you guys. Or you can just go to YouTube. How do I create a YouTube channel? Because taking these videos, putting them on your website, inserting them into, your Moxi presentations, it is powerful. Most of all, when you're including video on your website, it is generating that Google juice. We all want to be popular. We all want to be popular online, and that is what's going to help do it. So kudos to and let me just I'll just play this video real quick so you can see what your coworkers are doing.
Hi, my name is Joyce. I'm from Joyce Lin team. Thank you so much for watching this video. Myself, I have more than 20 years in real estate experience, so I believe expertise is where I'm coming from. I have a natural talent of communication. I like to helping seller, helping buyer, and most important, make the professional work. I believe everything is by professional work. If you contact me, give me a chance. I will go extra mile for you. And
love that. Great video. She had a great video too.
With a passion for real estate and a deep understanding of the Orange County real estate market, I'm here to be your guide to help you find the perfect home. I've spent years navigating the ins and outs of the OC real estate landscape. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, my goal is to make the process seamless and stress-free for you.
So just great videos. It's all about your value proposition. Where do you bring to the table to your clients, whether it's a buyer, whether it's a seller? And then here is, and brownie points, if anybody knows what, where this came from. This is a listing. This is your listings, the home's website, a single property website that you have that's available in, let me open the chat to see. It's from Impress. It generates a single property website for your listing. So, and this, I have not done anything to this. Now you can go in and you can add URLs and whatnot. This is as is the default version of the listing. I mean, that's pretty nice, huh? Now, it's a dog and pony show for the seller. but it is a dog and pony show that the seller loves. They all want to see their home. They, I would promote this. Hey, tell all your friends. Do you have a Facebook website internal group, for your neighborhood? Can you share this on there? Tell them to pick their neighbor. Um, this is almost like something that I used to do, and I showed this the other day, so I still had these sticking out of my desk. I used to do, and I got these from Express Docs. They were supposed to be business cards. I converted it, and I don't know if you can see my camera, but I converted it to like the Homes business card. And I would give these to the seller. Oh, here's some really bad hair. But I look at so I converted, I would hand these out to the seller. I said, here's your Homes business card. Pass these out at the carpool lines. It's like I'm gonna have them help sell me, sell the house as well. But this Homes website, single property website, it's amazing. So of course I'm gonna put it in my listing presentation to advertise that, yeah, your home's gonna have its own website. And then, oh, your home's virtual tour. Now, full disclosure, to me, this is a slideshow. This to me, this is a slideshow, but it is a video file. Maybe if you're an agent that's starting out and you can't afford to, get a really expensive drone tour or whatnot, this is an option. This is great, I think, it's quick, it's short, to post maybe on your social media. But it's already branded. They have branded and unbranded versions. Same thing with the website, both branded and unbranded. And, oh, look at all the brochures that are automatically created for you in Moxi Impress. Now, something to note, I love that Mr. Mike Dunn is in a tuxedo. That's pretty snappy. So these brochures for Impress, you put your listing in the MLS. The MLS then feeds to Moxi Impress, and you'll get you're going to get an email. And you should be getting these. Anybody that has a listing should be getting these listing emails. And actually, let me show you real quick. I create a flip book. Let me find my flip book, and I have an example of it. And I can send this flip book to you. Here we go. So the email, now this is an example of someone else's. It's going to say, the subject is your just listed marketing package for, and it's going to have the address of your property. Now, if you're not getting that email, look in your spam folder, and it's going to your spam. And then you're going to have to tell your spam, hey, this isn't, this is good email, send these to my inbox. And it'll come from like e-marketing is who it's from, and it has all of your assets. So like this, I know this is going to be blurry for you, but like right here, the single property website, it's already created for you. Flyers, brochures, just listed postcards, e-blasts, all kinds of goodies for you. So this is one of the brochures. And I would tell you that when you're posting your pictures on the MLS, most agents across the country, and not so much with you guys are smart. I've done these presentations before, and typical agents will load up their pictures in the MLS of front of the house this way, front of the house this way, front porch, foyer, half bath potty, dining room this way, dining room that way. Stop doing that. Put your top 10 wow photos first, and then, put the rest of the photos. Two reasons. One, those photos are going to feed over to all your Impress marketing, and then you won't have to go in and adjust them, because if you were doing a brochure, the second page, may have, like, this is a good mix of photos, but that second page might be like 5 shots of the front of the house. And you don't necessarily want that for your brochure. And then two, the second reason, online, you want to dangle that carrot. And the best example I can give, I was speaking to a company in Oregon, and what a beautiful area. Now I'm looking at this house online, and it was an okay house, going through. It was a little older. I probably would have stopped looking at the house maybe the fourth picture in. I get to the very last, 5 photos, and it's an outdoor kitchen. It's a sunken fire pit. It is this panoramic vista of a mountain, and it's like, it was amazing. I could overlook that hideous countertop and a couple other things if I had that backyard. That's your wow photo. You want to pull them in. And so you definitely wanted to have that, I would have put that photo in the first couple. Those are my wow photos. So here's an example of a brochure already created. It's taken the remarks. If you want to add remarks to this, you can edit any of the content in Impress. Here's a few more brochure choices. So there's different styles, there's different packages that you can choose. This is a direct result of, and this is like the little short square. I have a little example. So this looks like this, that little shorty square type. But we had agents that wanted, more of a little collage look. And so we're like, okay, because your voices matter. We listen to you. And so we created that as one of the packages. So that's another example of a brochure. And then there's flyers. You have just listed, and that's the beauty of it. So your listing comes over, you get that email, with all of your assets in it. And then let's say you were a little brazen with the price, or the seller was a little brazen with the price. You lower the price. You're going to find in your Impress account all new assets that have, price reduced. And then let's say you're doing an open house. You schedule that in the MLS. Open house, items will be created for you. Then fast forward to closing day. It's like Impress does jazz hands and a happy dance, and it creates just sold materials for you. So it's like, really, it's your own little marketing assistant. You can do flyers, just listed flyers, open house flyers. There's postcards. I call it the postcard and social blitz. And you'll see also we have the global luxury. So we have bougie and non-bougie. There are also both Spanish and English for all of this stuff. All different styles. And you can choose your marketing package in the very beginning. And you'll see, I'll send that flip book to you guys, and you'll see how you can choose your package. They even have one that is both bougie and non-bougie, because I feel like in your area, there's a whole lot of bougie. And then there's, you can choose if you want, you can choose different packages if you want, to be honest. And then why wouldn't you want to showcase how their house is going to look online? I think this is one of your newer agents, Sam Co. And this is, you may not, as a newer agent, you may not have a listing, but you could actually take that listing, and showcase it, advertise it on social media. This is a live link plopped right into your listing presentation to be able to showcase. Now, here's a squirrel moment for you. Agents across the country are always, agents are always like, I need leads, right? You want leads. Right here on your Moxi website, couple of different things. Right here is this share link. If you click this share link, now you can automatically share this listing to your Facebook. Once you do it the first time, it's going to ask you, to connect to X or to Pinterest. I like to just take the link. You click this link and you see it pops up. You can copy that link and paste it right into your social media, and then put like a call to action. Let's get your, schedule your showing today. What time would you like to go? But when they click this link, they're going to see this and they can see immediately, oh, I can schedule a showing. They can click this and it's going to go right to Sam's. Hey, call me, email me, send me a smoke signal. I'm ready to show that house. Now, here's the other thing. Neighborhood news. This is another lead capturing area. This neighborhood news, now I'm not on the actual website. So this, let's see. So when you go into your website and you click on actually I should show you on your company's website. So when you click on neighborhood news, you're going to copy this URL and paste that into your social media, because I can tell you, agents across the country are getting leads. Everybody wants to know what's going on in their neighborhood, right? You can, they could put in a zip code, they can sign up now. You're going to get that lead, and it's going to go, if you're synced with Engage, that CRM, it's going to go right into your CRM. You're going to get that lead. Okay. That was a big squirrel. So yeah, so showcasing, how the home's going to look on the website. And then this gets into the fluff.
Colleen, quick
There's-
question.
Sure, hit me.
What information does neighborhood news provide?
So it provides stats, it'll physically show listings. Actually, you know what? Let me show you in my account. So I think they have a little example. Now, I have a bunch of fake people in here, so you're going to see Santa and Beyonce. Let's go to Santa. Okay, here's a sample. So this is a sample of neighborhood news. And so if they're if you're in Engage in your CRM, if you're subscribing somebody, you can really dial it in. You can do a radius, you can do a zip code, you can do several different neighborhood newses. It's completely up to you. In that sign up on your website, they're keeping it simple. What zip code do you want? And so it's going to show, here's 17 listings for you. And it shows the listings. You can click on those and see details. And then it's not showing the full report here, but it'll show like stats, and percentages for the stat junkies. Okay. Let's see. And so here's all of the fluff. It's all in caps right here. And you can see a lot of these, like single property website, that's really a marker. And so you could have this page and then, follow it up with a live example of, the single property website. And again, you can choose whichever pages you want. And then let's see, let me scroll down. Then it gets into the comparative market analysis, right? The old CMA. And so here's the property summary. Here's where all my comps are. And you can, these are Charlotte listings. You can click on these. More importantly, the seller can click on these and see them. I know a lot of agents that'll, when they're physically there at the listing table, a lot of people are screencasting their listing presentations. So it's like on the big screen, which is pretty cool. And this is live. So let's say, I worked on this, and then, come, maybe there's a active, listing in here. And once it sells, 2 days later, I'm showing this presentation, it's going to show that it's sold. So it's evergreen. And then you have the side-by-side comparison. And there's a lot of fields here, like there's basement. Now, if I was, in Florida, nobody has a basement in Florida, so I would remove that field. You can remove this and, whittle some of these fields down if you wanted. And there's, listing averages. You can see how it was animated. Pricing analysis. Now, I would never put an exact market value. You can do a range and you can put notes in there. There's agent notes, so maybe if you add this, if you change the countertops, we could get, the higher price range, whatever. So that is the seller presentation. Now, we have global luxury as well. And I'm just going to show you a couple of pages of this. But there's global luxury for both buyer and for seller presentations. And, I know you have 3 agents that are global luxury certified. Anybody, any of you can use the majority of all of our global luxury marketing assets. And the whole point is we want you to go out and get that bougie listing, so utilize these. Utilize the global luxury listing presentation, and all of the different assets. Like I said, they're on Impress. There's, tons of different assets in there to use. Now, here I created a video, and I did create a video for each of the global luxury certified agents, but you too can create this video. This is through Marketing Center. We'll have a little squirrel moment again. Let's see if it's going to make me log in. Come on. Don't make me log in again. Oh, good. So real quick, on mycbdesk.com, where all good things happen, if you go to Marketing Center, and then you will see on the left-hand side, come on, open for mama. Right here, custom video. And you're going to see videos that you can create. And this is where I created the video that I'm going to show you. Okay. We have both, we have some for global luxury. Oh, they added a new holiday. They added Mother's Day. So lots of great stuff here. So let me show you this. And again, you don't have to be global luxury certified to have this video. This is like your own bougie commercial. All right, you ready? That literally took me 3 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. It's just about putting your information on the end cap of the video. So that's pretty cool, huh? And then, oh, I didn't refresh the presentation before I opened it. My bad. I've had these tabs open for a while. Okay. So again, love all the videos that your agents have on YouTube, several YouTube channels. This was a great video touring Toll Brothers home. Loved Toll Brothers. They've built a lot of communities here. And then, of course, you know, and again, here's that, here's your home's website. And you can just scroll down. Oh, it doesn't look like this is showing. Did I freeze?
No, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So, and you'll just see this is the same website, but it's just got the global luxury, you know, the bougie black. Love it.
Well, your voice is cutting in and out.
Is it? Ugh, I'm so sorry. Let me see if there's anything else that I can close out. See if I can close some more windows. I don't know if that will help. All right. So these are all the pages that we, the brand, have created for you. All right. So that's Global Luxury. Just wanted to give you a peek of that. Now, let's look at a buyer tour. And, you know, I know, so let me ask you this. In California, have you always had buyer's agency or is it new?
It's new.
Yeah, see, we've always had it. I was shocked to hear that it wasn't a, you know, nationwide thing. And so we've created lots of materials for you to, you know, kind of warrant and prove of what your worth is, you know, as their buyer's agent. And I used to preach to my agents, you know, don't you dare put anybody in your car hoping and hauling and praying and showing them houses and hoping that they buy something without something in hand. Whether it's on, you know, if they're big tablet people, you know, you could email this. I would absolutely email this ahead of time, you know, but print what they're looking at, because sadly there's a lot of listing agents out there that aren't, you know, printing a nice, you know, and providing a nice portfolio of what the home offers. You want them to remember what they're looking at. You want to provide something of value. And remember that you're not just selling them a home, you're selling them a lifestyle. So keep that in mind when you're looking at this presentation. And this is something that, you know, this example, the video that I did is, you know, they're coming into Charlotte. They know nothing about the area. I've talked to them ahead of time. I know that they're a big animal lover, golfer. Here's the video that I did.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I'm Colleen Nornes and super excited to welcome you to Charlotte, North Carolina. I'll be picking you up at the Marriott next Tuesday at 2 p.m. And if you scroll down in this presentation, you'll see the variety of homes that we'll be touring, as well as a little bit about the Charlotte lifestyle. I know what a big golfer you are and how much you love your dogs. And so you'll see some golf information, as well as a lot of pet-friendly establishments that are here in Charlotte. You'll see that we are a very pet-friendly city. So thanks so much. I'll see you next Tuesday, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Bye-bye.
So again, just shot with, you know, my cell phone and a quick video. Now, speaking of videos, here's another. Oh, is Sam by chance there?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Buckle up, Sam. Get ready. Check this out. How do you like that, Sam?
Love it.
So I'll make sure you get a copy of that.
I appreciate that.
And that's our move meter. And we have on our websites, and there's an agent that I did find on our Moxie websites. We have the move meter, we have the CB estimate that you can include on your websites. Even if it's a non-Moxie site, you can also include that. We have, the code for you to use. This is another, is Johnny there?
No,
He's not.
Oh, so this is another example of a video that I did. So again, that's from that custom video platform. I mean, it really looks like you have your own commercial, right? And that's great to put on your websites. And then, of course, you want to showcase the lifestyle. So this is a great website that I found. And again, it's a website, so you can scroll, your clients, your buyers would be able to scroll through this, let's explore hotels, show some places to stay. You can get back to the menu here, things to do.
Colin, does this iframe it so you stay on the presentation?
Yes,
That's pretty cool.
right? And then Google Maps. Now I realized you have a huge Korean population there. So why wouldn't you want to, if you have clients and you're talking to them and you realize, like, oh, I'm moving from a certain area. I need to know that, I can get the food that I am accustomed to and that I love. This is from Google Maps. Google Maps, and I used to do something like this. I would do, big Sound of Music fan, so I would have, these are a few of my favorite things, and I would create on Google Maps in Charlotte, here's my veterinarian clinic, here's dermatologist, dentist, here's my top, the 10 places I love for takeout. Here is the best place, for dry cleaning, my, shoe repair, all that stuff. Fun parks to go to, different outings. Here's where you go for Broadway, all that stuff. You can do a customized Google map. And you could do the same thing, and plug it right in here. Now here, I just plugged in Google Maps, Korean restaurants. And this is interactive. So you can zoom in, you can click on it. It'll give you the Google rating. You can see the reviews. I talked about in the video about golf courses. How's the zoo there? Santa Ana Zoo. You got the PGA Superstore. You guys got lots of nice golf courses. I'll have to come out here. I'm a big golfer. And then what else did I put? Hiking trails. I mean, you probably have a lot of physically fit people in there, in your area, because there are so many hiking trails in here.
So Colleen, do we get analytics when people open this? Do we know who's actually opening, or do we get counts or anything like that?
You do see, so let's see, let me go back.
Then I see there's a lot of great features. Today's probably not the day you're going to show us how to do it. Is it going to be a subsequent presentation?
We'll do a separate little workshop.
Okay.
And so you can see, like I've sent out a ton of presentations. And so you see in your engaged dashboard when people are, clicking on your presentations. You're not going to see if they clicked on that individual map like 20 times, but you are going to see that they're looking at your presentation, and it will show you clicked it again, clicked it again. And when you look at your people, well, I could have clicked on somebody there. You'll see exactly what they're opening, when they're opening it. Let's look at this one maybe. You can go to activity. Now this is a fake email address. So, it's going to say the mail, email failed to deliver. But it shows, when they do open everything.
So is it active in regards to notification when they open up something, or do we have to go in and look at each individual?
You do have to go look at each well, you'll see it in your dashboard, in that rolling, it's like your activity feed. But to see if somebody specifically opened it, yeah, it's not going to send you like a text message or anything. You would have to go in and pull them up and look. And you can see also, like if you set them on a campaign and all that jazz, there's open rates and all kinds of stuff. And then, Sunny has a great site as well. So where she has her video right here, her About Me video, you could put that, the Move Meter video or the Global Luxury Trends video here. And you can advertise searching on the site. This is a custom homepage. I should say semi-custom, because we have a ton of templates where you can create. Excuse me. And so this is the Global Luxury template. So you can see, and here's the Move Meter. She's added the Move Meter to our website. And this again is just a template. Whoops. Let me scroll in here. And the What's My Home Worth, that is the CB estimate that she's put in her website. And then here's your tour. You've got listing number 1 that we're going to, then listing number 2, 3, and so on. All of these homes, they can, click on, view the photos, in case somebody didn't create a listing brochure. They can remember what they looked at. There's a listing overview. You can click on any of those, and you don't have to have that page in there. Here's the nice side-by-side comparison, because when you're showing buyers, they're comparing homes. And then here's all the fluff. Here's the 2 pages, like that we've created that really show the value, because, sometimes, we want loyalty. They're not always giving us loyalty. I know, some people will, sign a 1-week buyer's agency agreement, or, just for this house, I'll sign one. You want their loyalty. And this shows you, this is the reason why you need me as your buyer's agent. And it goes through the power of pre-approval. You can see, making an offer, what it means, closing on your home, getting started, start to finish. So I know I went very quickly. That is, and actually, you know what? Let me share a different screen and show you something else real quick. I'm gonna use Mr. Dunn as my guinea pig. All right. Let me find the right screen. Here we go. All right, tell me when you can see my screen.
We can see it.
Perfect. So this is, you access Moxi when you go to My CB Desk, again, where all the magic happens. You click on your Moxi tile and it comes to this screen. It defaults right into Present. And here's where you access all the different products. Impress, that's where all of your marketing assets are. Oh, it's going to make me sign in again. I have to jump through hoops to do this, so please bear with me. What time is it? 1:51. I have another meeting at 2. Let's see. Well, let me show you in my account because I can show you some examples there a little bit.
What was Carmen's question?
All right, let me switch screens here.
Armenza, this is available to all Coldwell Banker agents.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, let me go back in my account. All right, can you see my screen okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Now, typically when you guys are I don't have any listings. When you open Impress, it's going to show all your listings. It's going to show ones that are, active, ones that have sold, maybe something became inactive. But you'll see that giant list. And here is where, you can select your automation settings. These are all the many different marketing packages that are available to you. So this one I have selected as my default. It's the collection one with luxury. So it's both, it has bougie and it has non-bougie. You can see one agent. There's also, maybe there's two, each package has one agent, two agent, team. Because sometimes there's maybe a property you're co-listing with somebody. But here's all the different designs. And again, we also have them in Spanish. And when you go to, let me go to listings. These are just listings I created. View my projects. So here's how it looks when you would go, you click on a listing, it would pop up all your stuff. There's even this e-blast is really nice. And this single property website, something I want to point out on this. I haven't published it. You can publish, to the web. You can have both branded and unbranded. So those are nice for the MLS. That's the link to get it. Now I want to show you this. When you click on the links and the tools, you'll be able to see, oh, here's my web page, the website for the home. You can get the links, but look at this. Let me make this a little bigger. You can pull, now I have not shared this anywhere, so I'm going to have 0 views, but you can actually see analytics for the website, how many people are looking at it. Here's a QR code that you can generate. So if you're doing, postcards or whatnot, you can go ahead and plop that QR code in there. And the other beautiful thing, let's say, let's find here's a flyer. Now, if you want to edit the photos, you can do that to your heart's content. They're already in here. You can do that. You can download the image, which is actually how I plopped those images right into the Moxi Present. You can download as a PDF. You can, print it yourself. One thing that you will not, now I'm in a demo account, but in your account, you're going to see 2 boxes here. And it's basically, okay, you can print it, yourself on your little HP printer at home, or maybe you're in the office and you're, printing on the Mama Jamma printer, or you're going to see an Express Docs box. So if you want nice, thick, heavy, glossy, pretty cardstock type materials, you can send it directly to Express Docs. Now that does cost a little money, but presentation is everything, I assure you. And Express Docs will print it for you and mail it to you. And when you have, like, let's say you want to do the postcards and have Express Docs do it, they can actually, you can give them a CSV file and say, hey, mail it out to here. Maybe you're doing some circle prospecting, here's the peeps I want you to mail it out to. So that's the beauty of Impress, just making it wicked simple for you. All you have to do, and you get that email, all you have to do is either share this on your social media with a link or an image, or email it to people, email it to your sphere. You could even text a lot of this stuff because everything in Moxi is URL based. So when you have that Moxi presentation, that's a URL. You realize you could text that. You could text any of these presentations.
So Colleen, are you saying that there's free hosting with those links as well?
Yeah, they never expire unless you go into your homepage and delete it. They are evergreen, which is pretty snappy. I know agents who are creating Moxi Present presentation, and I'd rather be in someone else's account from your brokerage, but a lot of people are doing these non-listings, the creative ones, doing their market update in there, doing a video. Then they're creating a page where it's showcasing all of their listings. There's a call to action, just all kinds of great stuff, and they're posting it online. They're, they have it in their web page. They have it on their social media. They're texting it to people. It's very dynamic. Very dynamic. So, all right. Any questions? I see somebody, do you have to pay to use the full features to CB, or is it available? All of this,
A lot of questions, Colleen.
it's all part of our value prop. This is all at no cost to you. Free, what we all love, right? The only thing is if you're printing something and you want, excellent, you want this thick, heavy cardstock, pretty brochures, and you're sending it to Express Docs, yeah, that'll cost you. But honestly, their prices are very reasonable. It's no different than if you were to go to Kinko's or Home Depot.
So then the next presentation is going to be the actual implementation and showing us how to put all these great things together, correct?
Yep. And
Okay.
you'll be amazed at how easy it is.
So then during that presentation, is it suggested that they be on a computer or their laptop, and work along
Yep.
with you so they can go through the whole process?
I absolutely would. Yes.
Okay. Any questions for Colleen before we wrap it up? No? All right. Well, Colleen, thank you very much. Appreciate all of your time and effort today.
Absolutely. Most importantly, are
Yeah.
you guys a little giddy? Do you see the value, or does it make you want to poke your toe into Moxi a little more?
Well, I think there's a lot of benefits. Now it's just actually putting it to use. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Learning how to put together that everything that you've showed us, which there's a lot to that. So let me ask you this: once you become accustomed to using it, how long do you think it takes you to put together a presentation in the video? Once you have a video put together, to put together a package to send out to people, what would you expect the time to be?
So you can save any of these as a template. So you can once you get your masterpiece, and there's a few pages that you'll have to craft, like the single property website. Once that property sells, that link is dead. It's not going to showcase something that's already sold. So you're going to want something that is live, so to speak. So if you're an agent that doesn't have a huge inventory, you're going to want to have maybe an image of it. You're going to take a screenshot of it. But honestly, I think maybe 20 minutes. Like if for you guys just starting out, I think crafting it in the very beginning, it would probably take you 30 minutes to really get it like you want, and over time you evolve it. But that, 30 minutes, that's worth it. It's worth
That's right.
taking your time and to win at the listing table, which is what you want to do. And I guarantee this gets you more listings, and more clients. This is what grows your business. And the agents that are using this across the country, they're growing their business and they're making more money, which is all we all want to do that, right?
So it seems to me the number one thing to do besides you learning how to use this is to have some videos that you created so you can embed the videos in the presentation. Is that
Yes.
highly recommended?
Yes.
Okay.
You should, yeah, you should all have, and you could do a generic video. Hey, I'm Colleen Nornis with Coldwell Banker. I'm super excited to be meeting you and give you an amazing tour of my city, Charlotte, North Carolina. Take a peek at this presentation, scroll through to learn some more information about Charlotte, all the amazing things it has to offer, and a little bit about the lifestyle. See you soon. That could be the video that you have for every single stinking buyer. Now, if you got a bougie buyer, I'm going to customize the heck out of that.
Yeah.
But so you can make it evergreen for sure.
Okay.
One and done video.
All right, Colleen. Well, thank you once again. I know you have to go, but thank you once again for your presentation.
You're very welcome. All right. Take care. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Right. So it's overwhelming looking at everything that she did, right?
Yes, it is.
So we'll schedule a presentation with her so she can actually go through the steps to putting together the presentations, I'd say. And I think probably what I got out of it, the videos of yourself are probably one of the most
Right.
important things you can do.
Yeah, definitely.
It's an introduction to you. So when you see anyone or they see you, it's a different approach, isn't it? Then you're probably going to be higher on search engines too. You have videos of yourself. I'm going to ask this question and I'm going to answer myself. How many of you have videos of yourself that
Nope.
you're including in social media? Yeah, I should be raising my hand here too. So we can do it right after the meeting. I'm on a lot of videos on our CB channel, but not solicitation videos or just an introduction.
Sure.
So any other questions before we continue? John?
Oh, are there any wants and needs? We're gonna start asking on those, so.
Yeah, of course you do that. Listing?
Okay, nobody wants anything? Nobody needs anything?
And Shweta, yes.